Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundWeb Studios. Visit online at songwebstudios.com for all your needs, and brought to you by our official sponsor, the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We're here with a terrific lady who's a 17-year-old singer-songwriter from Portland, Oregon, friend of the punk rock infused, guitar-driven alternative rock group Rawt at the age of 16, and also worked with a number of musicians, Kyleen King, Brandi Carlisle, and Neko Case, and also Decemberist Jenny Conley, and also sang with the Shook Twins, Patti King of the Shins, and has a new release called Girl Reimagined, featuring the title track and more. We'll talk about that live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studio somewhere in beautiful downtown Portland, Oregon. The amazing 17-year-old singer-songwriter from Portland, and also fronted the group Rawt as well too, and has Girl Reimagined. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented Myra Keyes. Myra, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's great to have on board, Myron. So, you're a 17-year-old singer-songwriter from Portland. You fronted a group called Rawt at the age of 16, punk-infused, guitar-driven alternative rock. You also worked with Kylie King, tied to Brandi Carlisle, Neko Case. You also worked with Decemberist Jenny Conley, also sang with the Shook Twins, Patti King of the Shins. You have a new album called Girl Reimagined, featuring the title track and more. And before getting all that, Myra, tell us how you first got started.
I first got started with my dad. He's a musician, and I grew up around music, a very heavily music influenced environment. And yeah, I sang on a lot of my dad's albums growing up, was in the studio from a young age. So I got familiar very quickly and became very passionate about it. And I played a lot of music with my best friend, started writing songs when I was in middle school. And then, yeah, my best friend and I formed Rawt when we were 16 and released our first studio EP with that group. And being in Rawt has been an amazing experience, and it's taught me a lot. And from that, getting this opportunity to work on a solo project has been completely new and very, very exciting. So,
and sounds very exciting as well too. And your dad's, you say he was a professional singer. So what group they sing with?
His band is called Size 85 High Tops, and they have a couple.
What's that?
Size 85 High Tops.
Okay, all right. Okay, we just wanted to check on that. That sounds like a really good place to get started. And what was it one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career?
I think just being in the studio with him when I was a kid. I know that, like I learned how to harmonize doing that. I mainly just sang background vocals, and just being in that environment kind of taught me about professionalism music wise, and showed me, that path is an option, and kind of opened up that world for me. So yeah, I think that just being young and being in a musical environment is what kind of pushed me forward.
And who are some of your favorite singers, songwriters, and musicians growing up?
Growing up, I listened to a lot of like Todd Rundgren and Wings and the Beach Boys, the Beatles, that kind of thing. Yeah.
That sounds like you have a really eclectic mix as well too. That also parlays into your album Girl Reimagined, and I'll work with a number of artists as well too. We'll get to that in just 1 minute, but first listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SoundWeb Studios. Visit online at SoundWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@SonicWebStudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson has garnered great reviews. In Eve 11 enjoys by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, over 40 podcast platforms, heard in over 100 countries, including Facebook, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, Google Play, and also on BitChute and Rumble, YouTube as well. Also on Deezer, Stitcher, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies. Makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/MeandMosenZia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/MeandMosenZia. Check it out today. I'll support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. We're here with the amazing 17-year-old singer-songwriter from Portland, Oregon, Myra Keyes, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And before we get to your album, Girl Reimagined, you worked with Kyleen King. You also worked with Decemberist Jenny Conley, and also sang with the Shook Twins, Patti King of the Shins. And tell us more about working with those, and what was it like for you?
Oh gosh. Well, starting with Kyleen, she has been a huge influence for me growing up. She's just amazing. And she played on a lot of my dad's albums and played strings and played piano. And she's always been my number one fan and been so supportive of me. And having her guidance and just having her in my life has always been really, really inspiring. She's amazing. And singing with the Shook Twins, that was really cool. It was kind of a choir thing that I had never really done before, and that was a step out of my comfort zone, which was awesome. And then Jenny from the Decemberists, her husband Steve recorded the Rawt album, and she was present in the studio. And yeah, all of those people, just really amazing women that I look up to. So.
And you also had some other influences as well too, like Kyleen King, and working with Brandi Carlisle, Neko Case as well too. And this also translate over to your works as well too, with Go Reimagined, featuring the title track Renaissance, Earthwax, Glitterize in Bed, and Resurrection. And tell us more about those songs, and especially about the album itself, and what inspired you to write them.
Well, these songs were very spontaneous. I wrote one of them when I was 15, and then the rest when I was 17. And I never really had the intent of them going on an album together, but I had the opportunity to make a solo album, and I kind of just had to scrap things together last minute. And the whole thing was a very spontaneous thing that ended up coming together really nicely in the end, which I was happy with. But yeah, it was hectic at first. And yeah, writing the songs, they're all about different things, but they kind of tie into one another. And yeah, the whole process was very new. I've never worked in a studio alone before. It was intimidating, but it was also very freeing creatively. Allowed me to go to a lot of places that I haven't been able to go before, and kind of just reach out and branch out. So yeah, this whole thing has been great, and I am very excited to continue forward.
And also especially the title track as well too. Tell us a bit about that.
The title track, yeah, that song, it wasn't called Girl Reimagined at first, but I decided to call it that. It doesn't mention it in the lyrics, but I feel like it kind of encapsulates what the song is about. And it's kind of just a song about feeling comfortable with your own independence, and feeling comfortable with solitude, and being able to be at peace with yourself.
Okay. You also had Renaissance, Earthwax, also Glitterize in Bed, and Resurrection. You can tell us about those songs as well too. What inspired you to write them?
Earthwax is different than the rest on the album. It's just instrumental, no lyrics. And that one, I think I am the most proud of, just because it's out of my comfort zone. I've always written lyrical pieces. And when I first went in to make a solo album, I really wanted to just make an instrumental album. But I think that's something that I'll probably do along down the road. But I was really glad I was able to kind of stick that song in there, just to kind of get both ends of the spectrum and get some instrumental, some lyrical. And yeah, that was a fun one, because I kind of just got to go crazy with it.
That sounds interesting. We encourage people to do that. Yeah, Glitterize in Bed and Resurrection as well.
Yeah, Glitterize in Bed, that one, it was kind of a roller coaster. I was unhappy with it at first, and it kind of took a lot of coaxing and a few months to get where I wanted it to be. I didn't I didn't really have a sound for these songs going in. I kind of just built them in the studio. So a lot of them turned out differently than I had pictured them and better than I had pictured them. So I was happy about that. And Renaissance is pretty simple. It's just a piano song. And that one I recorded when I was 15 at a different studio. So that one, that kind of sets it apart from the other songs. It's younger, more youthful. And yeah, I think it was a good entrance to the album.
It sounds like, you know, when you wrote Renaissance at or Resurrection at 15 and going on 17, how do you feel your progression has made as well, too, you know, in those 2 years?
Yeah, Renaissance is just piano, and back then I strictly wrote on piano. I was a lot more comfortable because I've been playing piano longer, and teaching myself guitar has kind of been difficult at times, and I wasn't as comfortable and confident writing on guitar then. And I think in these past 2 years, especially being in Rawt and just being around a lot of other musicians, you know, I've become more confident in my ability to write on guitar. And so now I like strictly write on guitar. It's not so much piano anymore, but I was glad to be able to include that kind of piano beginning in this album because it's representative of me for sure.
And what else do you base your lyrics on in most of your songs? Now, if there's other songs out there, feel free to talk about as well.
My lyrics come from a lot of different things. I think most of it is just kind of looking inward at myself, just things that I experience and things that I go through, and being personal. You know, I think that I was very vulnerable on this album in ways that I haven't been before, and that was scary when putting it out for sure. You know, you feel like you're just kind of opening yourself up for people to read and for people to, you know, think about and critique. And that's scary, but it's also very freeing, you know. So that was fun. That was good for me. Very vulnerable album for sure.
And where do you see yourself about 5 or 10 years from now?
Gosh, I don't know. Hopefully still doing music for sure. I think music will always be a part of my life, and I can't imagine not writing and not creating music. So I don't know. I will be happy and thankful in any scenario. But yeah, as long as music is there, I will be content.
And certainly as well, too, you got some really good material out there. And where can we find all your music at?
It's everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming services, YouTube, all of it.
We'll certainly check those out. What's coming up for Myra Keyes? We'll find out just 1 minute. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Studios, and brought to you by our official sponsor, the Mike Wagner Show, international war-winning author Mia Moses the Missing. We'll be back with the amazing 17-year-old singer-songwriter from Portland, Myra Keyes, after this time out. We're back with the multi-talented Myra Keyes of Portland, Oregon, with Girl Reimagined here on the Mike Wagner Show. And what else can we expect in 2023 and beyond, Myra?
It's a good question. I will definitely be continuing with Rawt in 2023, hopefully recording more music. That's the goal. We'll see. Playing shows. I hope to do a few more solo shows. I had my first solo show a couple nights ago and it went really well. So yeah, that was fun. And I hope to do more of those. And I have a lot of new material solo wise. So I would love to get back in the studio and hopefully work on another release.
Okay, we'll certainly check that out as well, too. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Currently, it changes a lot. I would say right now my big ones are Liz Phair, Fiona Apple, Jeff Buckley, and the Cocteau Twins, Grouper too. I would say those.
Okay, and what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Best advice, anyone musically?
Anything in general.
I don't know. I think musically, I don't know if I'm in any position to give advice, but I think the best is just to allow yourself to be vulnerable and allow yourself to be open, and don't take criticism or critique harshly. Just do what feels best to you. And I think that, you know, music is expression. And as long as you feel like you are being expressive of yourself, that's all you can ask for.
And certainly understandable as well, too. Very good advice, which people should learn from. Once again, we're with Myra Keyes out of Portland, Oregon, here on the Mike Wagner Show with Girl Reimagined. Myra, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. And once again, what's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your works, including Girl Reimagined?
My work is available everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all of the streaming services. And I am on Instagram any social media, just Myra Keyes. And yeah, you can find me there.
We'll certainly check that out. Once again, Myra, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Just keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love having you back and wish you all the best. And Myra, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for having me.